All right, welcome. So if you've ever felt like you're in a constant battle with your swimming pool, then you are in exactly the right place. We're going to cut through all that confusion and show you a simple, powerful system that'll give you that crystal clear water you've been dreaming of. Let's dive in. Oh man, haven't we all been there? You're standing at the edge of the pool, test kit in one hand, just scratching your head, wondering why the water is still cloudy after you just dropped a ton of money at the pool store. It's just so frustrating, right? It really does feel like you need some kind of advanced degree just to manage your own backyard. Most of us get stuck in this reactive cycle, you know? We see a problem, we guess at a solution, and we just dump more chemicals in, crossing our fingers. But here's the thing. The secret isn't more chemicals. It's a smarter system.
Okay, so here's the first big aha moment. Before we even think about chemistry, we have to talk about the hardware, the actual equipment. Because I'm telling you, your chemicals are pretty much useless if the mechanical heart of your pool isn't doing its job.
And it all boils down to these three things. These are the absolute non-negotiables for a healthy pool: circulation, filtration, and cleaning. You can think of them like the three legs of a stool. If one is missing, the whole thing falls over, and they have to be working, like, all the time. So let's just break that down real quick. Circulation, that's what moves the water around, making sure that chemicals get to every nook and cranny. Filtration, well, that's what actually grabs all the gunk and pulls it out of the water. And cleaning? Simple. If you don't get the leaves and dirt out, they just break down and basically become a five-star meal for algae. Yuck. And really, this is what I want you to remember from this section. If your pump isn't running enough or your filter's totally clogged, you might as well just be throwing your money right into the water. Your hardware, your pump and filter, that's the real hero of the story here. All right, so once we've got our mechanics sorted out, then we can talk chemistry. And look, we're going to make this super simple. Forget all the complicated product names for a minute. When it comes down to it, your pool chemicals only have two main jobs to do. And the real trick is understanding these two separate roles. You've got the killer, which is your sanitizer. Its whole job is to make the water safe. And then you've got the cleaner, which is your oxidizer. Its job is to get rid of all that non-living junk to keep the water clear. So let's talk about the killer. Its one and only mission is safety. We're talking about your chlorine or your bromine, whatever you use. It's constantly in there working away, zapping any of those living germs or bacteria that could make you sick. This is what makes the water truly healthy to swim in. And get this is pretty wild. When your water is actually balanced the right way, the amount of sanitizer you need is tiny. We're talking just 1 to 3 parts per million. To put that in perspective, that's like 1 inch in 15 miles. It's just incredibly efficient when it's allowed to do its job. Okay, now for the cleaner. This is what we call oxidation, or shocking the pool. Think of it like the pool's janitor. Its job is to burn off all that non-living stuff. You know, the sunscreen, the body oils, the pollen, the dust, all the things that make your water look dull and cloudy. Now, this is absolutely crucial. If you skip that weekly shock, your sanitizer, your killer, gets totally overwhelmed. It's trying to do 2 jobs at once. It gets so bogged down cleaning up suntan lotion that it can't focus on its real job, killing germs. And that's why you have to shock your pool every single week, even if nobody's been swimming in it. And all of this brings us to the main idea, the big takeaway here. It's about a total shift in your mindset. We have to stop thinking about fixing a green, cloudy pool and start thinking about preventing it from ever getting that way in the first place. I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way, the reactive way, it's just this endless cycle of stress and spending money. But the proactive way, it's all about simple, predictable maintenance that lets you, actually enjoy your pool. It's a complete game changer. So in this proactive system, what's the number one thing you need to keep an eye on? It's pH. Why? Because pH is like the gatekeeper. It controls how effective everything else is, from your chlorine to your algicides, and maybe even more importantly, it's what determines how the water actually feels to swim in. And this connects directly to us, to our bodies. The pH of a human eye is right around 7.2. So when you hear someone complain about their eyes burning in the pool, I'll bet you it's almost never too much chlorine. Nope, it's almost always because the pH is out of whack. And the best part is that being proactive is way easier than it sounds. It's not about juggling a dozen different bottles. Modern products are basically the easy button for this whole system. They're designed to combine everything you need: a powerful shock, a long-lasting algicide, water clarifiers, you name it, all in one simple weekly dose. So what does this actually look like in practice? How do we turn this into a simple routine? Well, this is not about losing your entire Saturday to pool chores. Not at all. It's about finding a quick, consistent weekly rhythm. And here it is. Just 4 simple steps. First, check your mechanics. Empty the baskets, make sure the pump is humming along. Second, give the pool a quick clean, skim the top, brush the walls. Third, test the water, focusing on just pH and your sanitizer level. And fourth, add your all-in-one proactive treatment. That's it. That's the rhythm. This is what keeps the problems from ever showing up. And check out this huge bonus. Because a lot of these modern proactive treatments are non-chlorine shocks, you only have to wait about 15 minutes before you can jump in. 15 minutes. You can even close your auto cover right away. No more telling the kids they have to wait for hours and hours.
This quote really says it all. You don't need a PhD in chemistry to have a beautiful pool. What you need is a rhythm. You just need to be consistent. A simple, predictable routine will always, always be more effective than scrambling to fix a disaster.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Is your time better spent troubleshooting a mess or preventing one? Because a proactive system, it really just gives you your time back. It lets you stop working for your pool and finally just start enjoying it.